Welcome to today's deep dive. So, I want you to imagine a typing test. You've got two groups, right? One in their 20s and one in their 60s.
And you'd probably assume the younger group, with their lightning-fast reflexes, would just easily win.
Right. You'd totally assume that. But in this classic behavioral study from the mid-80s, the older typists actually matched the younger ones word for word.
Which is just, well, it's wild. Because they managed it by subconsciously looking much further ahead in the text.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they perfectly compensated for their slower motor reflexes. And it's a brilliant introduction to our stack of sources today.
We're looking at some fascinating psychology case studies and, some 2026 current events.
Right. And our mission today is to completely reframe how you view getting older. Because it really isn't this steady biological decline.
No, it's this remarkable lifelong process of what we're calling creative compensation.
Exactly.
So if our brains are like this good at adapting, why is the standard narrative still so focused on decline? I mean, where did we get it so wrong?
Well, historically, researchers relied pretty heavily on quick snapshots, cross-sectional studies.
Sure.
They'd test an 80-year-old and a 20-year-old on the exact same day, and then they just attribute all the differences in their performance to aging.
Oh, but that completely ignores cohort variations.
Exactly. An 80-year-old grew up in a completely different era of nutrition, education, and, well, technology.
Yeah, that makes total sense. It's like comparing someone raised on dial-up internet to a kid who learned to swipe before they could even walk.
Right. By just comparing them today, you aren't only measuring biology, you're measuring historical disparity.
Okay, but wait, we can't ignore reality entirely. Our bodies do physically slow down over time.
Sure they do.
So how much can the brain genuinely compensate for that?
Far more than we ever gave it credit for. See, when researchers take the time to track the exact same individuals over decades,
Those longitudinal studies.
right, the longitudinal ones, we see this really fascinating trade-off, what psychologists call fluid intelligence, which is our raw processing velocity and physical reflexes. That does decrease.
Okay, so the hardware slows down.
Yeah, but simultaneously, our crystallized wisdom systematically expands.
Crystallized wisdom being like specialized vocabulary, pattern recognition, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and strategic thinking.
Which brings us right back to those typists from the 80s.
Exactly.
They weren't actually working harder. They were just, essentially trading hardware speed for superior software optimization.
That is a perfect way to look at it. And when you take that highly optimized software and you place it in a room with younger hardware, the results are incredible.
Yeah, the sources highlight this early 2026 study where universities integrated older adults right into standard college classrooms.
And academic performance actually optimized across the board. For everyone.
Wait, really? Because they're basically filling in each other's blind spots.
Precisely. The younger students often provided, technological fluency and rapid troubleshooting.
Right.
While the older adults brought this intense strategic focus and a really remarkable ability to synthesize complex arguments.
So they actively elevated one another just by combining those different types of intelligence.
Yeah, it's a huge benefit to everyone in the room.
But that kind of optimization isn't just happening in academic settings, though. I mean, the sources show people doing this in their personal lives, too.
Oh, absolutely. We see it clearly in what's called the convoy model.
The convoy model.
Yeah, so as people age, they don't just passively lose friends. They actually deliberately curate their personal networks.
It's like trimming away the drama.
Yes, trimming away draining relationships to maximize emotional satisfaction and minimize friction. It's highly intentional.
It's basically relationship optimization.
Precisely. And it ties directly into age identity, which is how old you feel psychologically.
Right, because when older adults optimize their environment and relationships to feel capable and independent, they actually maintain their physical health for much longer.
Yeah, because if you feel psychologically resilient and young, you're more likely to actually get up, go for that daily walk, and engage with your community.
Which literally keeps the physical body running smoothly. The psychology drives the biology.
That is the exact mechanism, yes.
And now, looking at late 2026, technology is sort of acting as environmental scaffolding to support that behavior, isn't it?
Oh, it's completely changing the game.
We're seeing smart home tech, like automated ambient lighting and intuitive vocal reminders, specifically redesigned for multi-generational living.
Right. By removing physical friction from the environment, it's allowing college students to seamlessly cohabit with their aging grandparents.
Society is finally building tools that support creative compensation.
Helping older adults maintain their independence. The psychologist Carl Jung really said it best. He said the afternoon of life has a profound meaning of its own and shouldn't just be treated as a pitiful appendage to life's morning.
That is beautifully put. It really changes how you look at the older adults in your life and, the smart tools you might be setting up for them.
Yeah, they aren't in decline. They're running on a highly optimized operating system.
But that leaves us with a final thought for you to ponder today.
Oh, I love this question.
If our brains only develop this incredible crystallized wisdom because they absolutely have to compensate for a slowing physical body,
Right.
what happens in the future if medical science eventually cures the physical hardware decline?
Would a brain that never have to slow down also never learn to look ahead?
Exactly. Something fascinating for you to explore on your own. See you next time.